number one thing about an implementist is every time we are having a conversation, like you do a micro action that leads to another action, that leads to another action, that leads to another action, that leads to a group of people taking another action. I'm going to tell you, perfectionism is a fear. And I'm going to show you exactly how to handle this fear so that you could move your business to the next level. If you truly want to grow your business to the next level, you need to become an implementist. Hence the video, Perfectionist versus Implementist. And how do you transition from a perfectionist to implementist? Let's get started. So number one thing, before I even go further, is to explain what is a perfectionist. Perfectionist is somebody who just want to hang on to a product or service that he wants to deliver to his clients and kept on postponing it until it's so perfect and it never gets released. In engineering, there is a saying that shoot the engineer and release the product at some point, right? The idea is, like, at some point, we have to release the product. So we need to learn as a business owner how to release excellent products, not extraordinary products. If you're able to release excellent products, don't release crappy products for sure, but we should be able to release excellent products. So crappy products, excellent products, extraordinary products. We can get to the extraordinary soon, but let's release an excellent product. And how do you do that? By becoming an implementist. So an implementist has 4 attributes. But bottom line is, the number one thing about an implementist is every time we are having a conversation about business, about projects, about everything, she is asking the question, what can I do right now? What is one small thing that I could do right now to move the needle, to move my business to the next level, to increase revenue, to increase cash flow? That is the bottom line. But I'm going to divide that into 4 specific aspects. One is something called micro action. What is a micro action? Micro action, essentially what I told you, but in a very simple way, is something that can be probably done in 3 minutes. Something that can be done in 3 minutes. So you have like this giant project to go to Mars, for example, and all of a sudden, there might be a small thing that you could do that could take your business to the next level. That could get you closer to getting to Mars in less than 3 minutes, or maybe 5 minutes, or maybe 10 minutes. It's not the time, but it's a small action, a tiny action that gets started. If you want to, like, for example, if you have firecrackers in a sequence, right? And if you want to put fire to the entire firecracker, sometimes you just need to give one small spark to one of the firecrackers, right? So, but because sequentially, it's like a domino effect. The one firecracker will, explode, or whatever word that we use there. Okay, one firecracker will open up, and then the next one, and the next one, and the next one. Sequentially, all of the firecrackers are going to, make it sound and bring its light to the world. And that is exactly like the domino. Like you do a micro action that leads to another action, that leads to another action, that leads to another action, that leads to a group of people taking another action, and then another group of people taking other actions until that project is complete. What has to happen is taking one micro action. And that's how we need to think about big projects. So one micro action is the signature, first signature of an implementist. The second signature of an implementist is sequential action. What is a sequential action? Sequential action is, for example, you have a tea break every day at work at 11 a.m. 11 a.m. you go for tea break. And if you have a specific thing that you want to work on, you could plan it right after or right before tea break. What's the benefit of that? Because in your mind, generally speaking, most of Western world, and most of Eastern world too, we lack a lot of willpower. Humans generally lack a lot of willpower because we tried different things. And when we tried different things, sometimes things didn't work out, sometimes things did work out. But when things did not work out, what happened was we gave up. And when we gave up, we kind of gave up our willpower with it. Because of that, we don't have a lot of willpower to take action. And you might say that, oh, I have a lot of willpower. Maybe you are an exception, right? But most people don't have a lot of willpower. So if you don't have a lot of willpower, what is the best way to take an action? The best way to take an action is to do it right before or right after an action that you do consistently. It's very easy. It's as if you want to hang something, and if there is a column that has like some sort of nails that you could hang on, that's the best way to hang it. You cannot hang anything on vacuum. Same way, 11 o'clock tea break is kind of a pillar that you could hang on stuff, like it has nails. Same way, you could you could take a task right before the 11 a.m. the tea break, or right after the 11 a.m. tea break. Makes sense? So this way, it's easy for an implementist to start getting momentum in the project that he's working on. The third thing is money now action. What is money now action? If you're a business owner, we need to be focusing on, especially if you're in early stages, if you're doing less than $1 million, then a significant part of your focus should go into money now, meaning making money right now. So how do you make money right now? In business, generally speaking, you could make money by generating new leads or converting those leads into customers. Typically, that is it, right? In a small business, that's it. You could do it online, you could do it offline, you could do other stuff, but this is it. If you're doing less than $1 million, this is what you should be focusing on. So in other words, you should have a strategy for money now, making money now by increasing leads. So learn how to increase leads. That is a money now action. Implement how to increase leads. That's a money now action. Create a strategy for creating leads. That is a money now action. Same thing for converting. It's a money now action. So as a business owner, as an implementist, in order for your business to grow to the next level, even if you are like doing above $1 million, it's a good idea to focus a significant part of your time on money now action, things that makes money, not random perfectionist things that will improve and keep on improving like really tiny pieces, and then you get nowhere and you don't have no money because you haven't released any product or service. Makes sense? And final point that I want to make here is follow-up actions. You do all these things, but if you don't have effective follow-up, your team will not get things done. So you do the micro action, you do the money now action, you do the sequential action, but you need other people to do their stuff in order for you to move to the next level. So if you want to move from a perfectionist to an implementist, what you really need to learn to do is learn to follow up as an action. So follow-up action is the fourth one. So how do you do follow-up action? You need to find out what other people have committed and ask them what is the date and time that they could commit, and you follow up with them until it is done. Right? Until it's done, whether it is salespeople or marketing people or lead generation people or whoever they are, or product people, manufacturing people or service people, whoever they are they doing their things on time? So at this level, you're making sure that other people are not perfectionists. You're making sure that other people are doing the basic, simple things that they are supposed to be doing. And when they do that, then you're going to be really successful. That's why we need to have follow-up action. So there are only 4 things an implementist will do. One is micro action, something that like get the domino started, get the firecracker started. That's it, right? Number 2 is sequential action, something that is right before or after something that you do consistently. Right? So that's a sequential action. Third is money now action. The things that generates money for your business right now. Maybe it's sales, maybe it's lead generation, whatever it is, something that generates money for you right now, right this moment. And the fourth one is follow-up actions. The actions that will get other people to complete their task. Those are the follow-up action. And if other people are not doing things on time, no matter how much hardworking you are, your company is not going to succeed and go to the next level. So making sure other people are doing their stuff is as important or even more critical than you doing your stuff, especially if you're growing to the next level. That's how you use Implementist strategy to grow your business to the next level by increasing your revenue, your profit, and cash flow starting today. Talk to you next time.